Hare Krishna, devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is a recording of a class given by Srila Prabhupada on November 7, 1973 in Delhi, India. Canto 2, Chapter 1, and Text 4. So without further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv ātma-sainyeṣv asatsv api teṣāṁ pramatto nidhanaṁ paśyann api
paśyati.
dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv
Dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv
ātma-sainyeṣv
teṣāṁ
pramatto nidhanaṁ paśyann
paśyati.
dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv ātma-sainyeṣv teṣāṁ pramatto nidhanaṁ paśyann
paśyati.
dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv ātma-sainyeṣv teṣāṁ pramatto nidhanaṁ paśyann
paśyati. Anyone else? Sure. Yes, what meaning?
Deha, body. Apatya, children. Kalatra, wife. Adishu, and in everything in relation to them. Atma, own. Sainyeṣv, fighting soldiers. Asatsv, fallible. Api, in spite of. Teṣāṁ, of all of them. Pramatto, too attached. Nidhanaṁ, destruction. Paśyann, having been experienced. Api, although. Na, does not. Paśyati, see it. Translation. Persons devoid of ātma-tattva do not inquire into the problems of life, being too attached to the fallible soldiers like the body, children, wife, etc. Although sufficiently experienced, still they do not see their inevitable destruction.
Yeah. The same word is being continued. Apashyatam ātma-tattvam. Those who are blind about ātma-tattva. The science, the spiritual science, the knowledge of spirit soul. So, these persons, those who are blind, those who are accepting this body as the self, like cats and dogs, their description is given here again. That they are bodily, beginning from bodily consciousness. I am this body. I am American, I am Indian, I am this, I am that. Deha, and then apatta, children, and kalatra, wife. First of all, one deha, one body. Just like this child is only one conception that I am everything, this body. Gradually, when one grows, becomes youthful, there is sex desire. Therefore, finding out the opposite sex, kalatra, wife, or girlfriend or boyfriend. So, kalatra adi, making the center, kalatra, then ātma-sainyeṣv, we increase our attraction to this material world. This whole material world is based on sex desire. Puṅśaṁ striya mithuni bhavami. Everywhere, either in cat society, dog society, human society, bird society, beast society, anywhere you go, even aquatics, fish, insects, flies, ants, everywhere you'll find this attraction, sex attraction. This is the adiras. Everyone is trying to get some taste. So this is the beginning of taste. So we have got attraction, natural attraction. Puṅśaṁ mithuni bhava, this material world, is simply attraction of the sex life. So when they are actually unite in different ways, but they must unite, either in a legal way or illegal way, they must unite, because the attraction is there. But human civilization, they have given some law, not like cats and dogs. Just like in the morning in the street we saw as the dogs were enjoying sex life. So in the human society, that kind of sex enjoyment, although it is now actually being done in the Western countries, I have seen it. You see, in some public park or in beach, they don't care, becoming just like cats and dogs. No human civilization. So for human civilization there is some restriction, the allowance, marriage. That is a civilized way. Well, the fact is the same, but in a civilized way there is. But civilized or uncivilized, as soon as there is sex life, then the attraction for material world immediately increase 100 times. When one remains single, the attraction is not so strong. But when they unite, the attraction becomes very strong. Because to maintain a wife, you require room, apartment, griha, which is called griha. So therefore they are called grihastha, one who lives in a griha, in a house. Everyone lives in a house. We are also living in the house, this temple. But grihastha means living with wife in the house. Na griham griham uchyate, grihini griham ittahu. Simply grihastha does not mean to live in a room or a house, but to live with a wife, grihini. So, then we require apartment or room or house according to our position. Then we require some land for producing food. Now they don't require land for producing. They require something else. Some slavery or some work in the factory. But formerly everyone used to possess a piece of land for producing food. Khetra, griha kshetra. Then when there is marriage there will be children, suta. Then there will be friends also, relatives, suta, aptya. Griha kshetra, suta, apta, then vitta, the central point, money. So, as soon as they are united, immediately these things will be required. Griha kshetra, suta, apta, vittya. In this way, the attachment for this material world increases. Atat griha kshetra, suta, apta, vittai janasya mohoyam. Moha means illusion. What is that illusion? I am this body and I belong to this material world. This is my society, this is my country, this is my wife, this is my children. This is illusion. Why illusion? Because these are false things. Nobody is your wife, nobody is your children. They have simply assembled together by the waves of time. Just like you have seen in the waves of the river, so many straws assembled together. And again, on the waves they separated. One straw goes this way and one straw goes. Finished. You see? So this is position. We, by our karma form, by the action, reaction of our karma, we artificially assemble there. In a family, in a society, in a country, in a community, in a nation, like that. And after a few years, by the waves of time, everything is separated. You go somewhere, you go somewhere, you go somewhere. This is going on. Therefore here it says, the dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv, those who are blind to understand the self, those who are not realized, self-realized, such person, ātma-sainyeṣv, ātma-tattva. Those who are, because a human being, human life is meant for understanding ātma-tattva. Athāta brahma jigyāsa. This life is meant for understanding what I am. But they have lost their all intelligence. They are thinking like cats and dogs. I am this body, I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Sudra. And they are busy with that business. Just like cats and dogs, they are busy. I am dog, I am cat, I am tiger, I am bull, and this and that. So, human society has also become like cats and dogs. The same conception, bodily concept of life. Because āpasatam ātma-tattvam, there he has no knowledge of self. The Bhagavad Gita begins therefore, this self-realization. Dehinasmin yatha dehi. Asmin dehi, this body contains the dehi, really, the proprietor. So such person, āpasatam ātma-tattvam, they are simply busy with all these things. Body and children and wife and relationship. Dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv, because through kalatra we increase. Stri means which expands. Stri. Stri, one accepts stri, wife means to expand his relationship. As soon as I get one stri, one family becomes my father-in-law. And in relation to, I have got my family and she has got his family. We combine together, then boys, children, then get them married. Increase relationship. He is my brother-in-law, he is my father-in-law, he is my father, he is my brother, he is brother's brother-in-law, father's father-in-law, just like Arjuna was saying. Arjuna was saying, how can I kill them? They are all mine. The same as an ordinary man has got. So Arjuna was playing the ordinary man. Just like he was thinking, here is my brother-in-law, he is my brother, he is my nephew, he is my father-in-law, he is my grandfather. How can I kill them? So, but they will be killed. Nobody can protect. But we have paśyann bina paśyati, that I have my father, he was killed, he is gone, dead and gone. So I will be also dead and gone, and my son will be also dead and gone. So why we are depending on these things which will be dead and gone? Nobody will live. Nobody will live. Take big leaders in our country or any country. They are absorbed in nationalism, cannot give up the post of prime ministership, presidency, or leadership. Even great leader like Gandhi, he got Swaraj. I wrote him later, Mahatma Gandhi, you have got respect as a religious personality if you don't bother. If you take preaching this thing, what I am doing, preach Bhagavad Gita. You are also lover of Bhagavad Gita. No, even after getting Swaraj, he was implicated. Unless he was killed, he would not leave it. Everyone has to leave it, voluntarily or by force, but they will not leave it voluntarily. This is the disease, material disease. Everyone will be forced. You cannot live here forever. They are making very nice arrangement, nice house, nice kingdom, nice city, nice bank balance, nice society, nice community, nice nation. But they are missing one point, that any moment I shall be kicked out. Any moment. There is no guarantee. Parikshit Maharaj got 7 days time, that you shall die within 7 days. We have no even 1 second's guarantee. This is our position. But still we are so much attached. Dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv, ātma-sainyeṣv. Everyone is thinking, I am very comfortable at home, I have got my wife, I have got my children, I have got my bank balance, I have got so many things, I have got my nation, community, I am secure. I am secure. Why is thinking like that? Pramatto, madman. That is described. Piśyati paile jano mati channa hoy. Mayagrasta jiver sei dasha upori. Ghostly haunted. Every one of us, this mayagrasta, one who is under the influence of this material energy, is just like, exactly like a man who is ghostly haunted. Ghostly haunted. Perhaps some of you have seen a man ghostly haunted. He talks all nonsense. Similarly, the mayagrasta jiva, those who are in this material, too much absorbed in the bodily concept of life, without any self-realization. Everyone is thinking like madman that these things will give me protection. Because he has become mad, pramatto. Pramatto, teṣāṁ pramatto nidhanaṁ. You are fighting with soldiers, that's all right. But if you know all my soldiers will die, then what is the use of your fighting? Or you take some means that your fighting will be victorious. No, they do not know. taṣāṁ nidhanaṁ teṣāṁ pramatto nidhanaṁ paśyannapi na paśyati. Seeing every moment, ahani lokani gacchanti jamamandina, sīsā sthitamichanti kimastajamati. Yudhishthira Maharaj was inquired, what is the most astonishing thing in this world? Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was very advanced, spiritually realized king. He immediately replied, this is the most wonderful thing, that everyone is thinking that I shall leave. Ahani lokani gacchanti. He's seeing every moment that somebody has died and he's going to the crematorium or to the somewhere else. But he is thinking that I am sure, I am secure, I am in safety position. This is the most wonderful thing. And the same thing is repeated here. Teṣāṁ nidhanaṁ paśyannapi na paśyati. They are closing the eyes. They cannot give you any protection. Suppose you are now very happily situated, say for some years, at most 100 years. Not that, more than that. Because this body, in this material world, especially in this age, cannot live more than 100 years, or within. And people are dying nowadays, 60, 70, 80 years old, very old. But time will come in this age, that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. If one lives from 20 to 30 years, he will be considered as a very grand old man. Yeah. That time is coming very soon. Of course it will take time, because as the Kali Yuga is increasing, people are becoming more and more pramatto, more and more animal life. So their duration of life naturally will reduce. They are not human beings. They will be mlecchas and javanas. So Krishna will come at the end. Mleccha nivaha nidhane kalavati karabalam dhumaketu miva kimapi karalam kesavadhita kalki sharira jaya jagadish. At that time Krishna will not preach, because we will understand all mlecchas are just like nowadays, even also. Such a nice quarter, nobody is interested. Nobody is interested. If you ask them, please come here, we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Just try to understand self-realization. This nonsense, what is this? I shall die and everything is finished, that's all. This is the modern civilization. Even at this time, the Kali Yuga has passed only 5,000 years. And when the duration of the whole Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 of years. Out of that we have only passed 5,000 years since the battle of Kurukshetra. Now still the balance is 4,27,000 of years. So just imagine, after 5,000 years we have become so much deteriorated, and what will happen after 4 lakhs of years? The people will reduce to small stature, because they will not be properly fed. Just like at the present moment, the stature of the body is reducing. One my German godbrother in 1934, when he came, and he was that Sadananda. So he was very lean and thin. So I asked him that you German people, I understand, they are very robust, why you are lean and thin? So he told me that in my childhood, in the First World War, the ration was controlled. Only children, we could get fat, butter. He showed his wristwatch, this quantity only, once in a week. So unless people can get sufficient food, how the stature will remain? It is reducing. Now there is no rice, there is no ghee, there is no this, there is no... In this way, rice will completely finish. No more rice. No more wheat. No more sugar, no more milk. These are stated in this Bhagavad. So if you don't get all these things, then how your body will be developed? It will reduce less life. At that time, erandapi dhrumayati. The castor seed trees will be considered as very big tree. Yes. Erandapi dhrumayati. So these things are coming gradually. But still, pramatto, people are mad after. The same thing. What is that? Dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv. They're mad. We have to maintain this society, family, country, community. And there is fighting, there is rivalism, because when there will be shortage of food, shortage of everything, then there will be naturally fighting like cats and dogs, killing. People are indulging in killing even his own son, abortion, because people are degrading, they are killing like thing. So that will be reacted. In the womb, the person will be killed. Reaction. Why so many abortions are taking place nowadays? Because the child which has come into the womb of the mother is sinful. He has done previous lives so many killing. Now he has to be killed so many times. He has to be killed so many times, as many times he has killed other poor animals. This is the law of nature. Just like in the state laws, if you kill somebody, the state law will kill him life for life. Similarly, God's law, even if you kill one ant even, you will be responsible for this, and it will have to be punished. They do not know this. They do not know this. They think that I am very well situated. I have got very good balance. I am born in a nice nation or community or society. I have got wife, my children. They will give me protection. They will not give you protection. Nobody will give you protection. You have to protect yourself. Everyone is responsible for his own work. Nobody will be responsible for your work. Therefore, the next verse, Krishna here, or Sukadeva Goswami is asking Parikshit Maharaj that these things will not give you protection. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Hari Ishara Srotabha Kirtitabhascha Smartabhascha Ichchatam Abhayam. Abhayam. This world is bhayam, always fearfulness. Everyone. Ahara nidra bhayam maitha. These four things are bodily requisition. We need to eat, we need to sleep, therefore we require house or apartment or room, and we require food, and there are senses, of which the sex sense is very strong, ahara nidra, bhaya. And we are always afraid, therefore police is there, the government is here. These things are bodily adjustment. And if we depend on this so-called nation, community, friends, husband, wife, children, that will not give us protection. The protection is here, because Parikshit Maharaj at the point of his death, his question was, what is my duty? What is my duty? Now I am going to die. People do not know him. That what is my duty? Now I was Prime Minister, I was this and that, that's all right. Now death is coming, it will take away all my possession. Immediately, whatever I have acquired. That's the rascals, they do not know. Neither they consider. Bhagavan says that Mrityu sarva harasyaham. The rascal, atheists, they do not believe in God. That's all right. but I will appear as death. Who cannot believe? Who is that bold man here who can say, I don't believe in death? How can you say? Is there any bold man? You can say now like madman that I don't believe in God. That's all right. But God will appear as death. You will have to believe in that time. That you cannot avoid. Therefore, that pramatto. If I say I don't believe in government, then what is the government's heart? He will do something wrong and it will be caught up, he will be arrested and he will be punished. You believe or not, it doesn't matter. Similarly, if this rascal says I don't believe in God, then you can say like madman. But God says, yes, you don't believe. Just like Hiranyakasipu. He did not believe in God. So when Nrsimhadev appeared to kill him, he had to believe. Here is something. Here is something. Therefore we have to take shelter, not of this family, not of this nation, not of this community, our children, our friends. No, they cannot give us. Therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sridam sarva bhutana. I am the only friend. Bhoktaram jaggatavasam sarva loka maheswaram. Sridam sarva bhutana. These rascals, they come as my friend. These blind leaders who cannot give protection himself. He becomes friend. He gives me advices about nationalism, of this is, that is. But he cannot give me, he cannot give himself any protection. How he can give me protection? This is intelligence. This is intelligence. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami, Tasmad Bharata. You cannot depend on all these foolish things. That is not possible. Now you prepare for death. It is very nice. Baryanesha te prasna. Your question is very nice. To whom shall I take shelter of? Shall I take up shelter of Krishna? Yes. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma. Krishna is Sarvatma. He is situated in everyone's heart as friend. He is the real friend. He is giving me advice. He is within conscience, which is a good instruction, counsel. He says, don't be material attached. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam, come to me, just become, surrender to me. I will give you protection, I will give you intelligence. No, I reject you, I don't want you. I have got my friend, I have got my nation, I have got my community, I have got my wife, I have got my children, I have got my bank balance. Why should I take protection of you? This is the paśyann na paśyati. The rascal does not see that these things will not give you protection. Therefore, the advice is, Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Hari Ishara. They do not know that Sarvatma, although Krishna says that I am Sarvatma, Krishna says, Khetra gancha bhimang vidhi sarva khetresu bharata. In the chapter Khetra. Khetra, idam shariram khetram. This body is khetra, field of activities. And one who knows, I know, you know, everyone knows, that this is my body, I am not this body. If we think deeply, if we see our finger, my finger, my head, it is not I head. But they are thinking that I head, I body. Not I body, my body. This is knowledge. So, everything is clearly said, and the preliminary knowledge of spiritual life, Bhagavad Gita, the Khetragancha bhimang vidhi. There are two Khetraga. Khetraga means the proprietor who knows about this. idam sarirang khetram. And one who knows this, he is khetragya. So khetragya means I, you, individual soul. But another khetragya. Khetragya means I know about the pains and pleasure of my body. You know the pains and pleasure of your body. But I do not know the pains and pleasure of your body, neither you know the pains and pleasure of my body. This is individual soul. But another super soul is, that is Krishna. Sarva khetrishu bhava. He knows your pains and pleasure, my pains and pleasure, his pains and pleasure, everyone's. Sarvagya. Therefore, Sridham sarvabhutanam. He is actually, because he is present with you as friend, this is confined in the Upanishad. Two birds are sitting on the same tree as friends. One is eating the fruit, one is simply observing. Anumanta, that is stated in the Upadrashta, Anumanta. Anumanta. Anumanta means you cannot touch any fruit of this world without the sanction of the super soul. Therefore he is Anumanta. If you say, then if he is giving me sanction for any action, then how I am responsible? No, he is not giving. Because you are insisting, therefore he says, all right, do it at your risk. He is insisting, sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sarvam. Simply surrender. He is insisting that. But you are insisting in a different way. I want to steal, I want to this, I want to this. But Krishna knows everything, this rascal will do. All right, do it at your risk. Anumanta, upadrashta, and he remains witness. Because you have done this, now you suffer. Now you suffer. The Christian party said, do not believe in karma. So, in our childhood, when we were students in Scottish Church College, Calcutta, we had to attend the Bible class. So, one professor, Dr. Arkuar, he says that if I am suffering the result of my past karma, where is the witness that I have done this bad or good? But he had no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We also at that time did not know, we were not very interested. But later on when I read Bhagavad Gita, here is witness, upadrashta, anumanta. Here is witness. Perpetual witness, not only of this life, but many, many lives past. He knows everything. Vedāṁ samititāni, vartamāni. He knows everything. That is Krishna. He knows everything. What you have done, all what you want to do, everything knows he is. But in spite of all this, because Krishna is your friend, most intimate friend, naturally, just like father becomes friend, there is no better friend like father or mother. Naturally, they will never advise the son anything for his, suffering. No father will give. Even the father is a debauch. He will never advise his son that you do this wrong thing. No. Similarly, Krishna is the father of everyone. Everyone. How he can give wrong advice? He does not give. He is the only friend. Sridham Sarvam. So if you take shelter of the only friend, the just friend, that will give us protection. Not anyone else. Everyone has got some self-interest. So therefore, here is the advice is Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Hari Ishvara. All these things are given. Sarvatma, he is situated in everyone's heart. You haven't got to go somewhere to search him. He is within you. Ishvara Sarvabhutan, all is this. Simply you have to become sober to hear from him. He talks with devotee. Non-devotee, he gives sanction indirectly through the nature. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddesha Arjuna, he is sitting. But he is giving sanction through Maya, because directly he is not giving sanction. He doesn't want what you are doing, he doesn't want. Just like a son is insisting, Father, give me 20 rupees, 30 rupees. And the father knows as soon as he gets 200 rupees, he will go to wine shop and spoil his life. He doesn't want to give. But when he is insisting, he says his manager, give him 200 rupees, let him go to hell. This is life. It is like that. Let this rascal go to hell. What can I do? So all these rascals, some forgetting Krishna's suffering in this material world. And he is thinking that this dehāpatya-kalatrādiṣv will give him protection. This is rascal. This skill, nobody can give you protection. Only Krishna. Therefore Sukadeva Goswami says, Tasmad Bharat. Bharata means he is the descendant of King Bharata Maharaj, under whose name this whole planet is called Bharatvarsha. This is Bharatvarsha. This planet is called Bharatvarsha because formerly it was ruled by Maharaj Bharat, the son of Rishabdev. Therefore it is called Bharatvarsha. So this Maharaj Parikshit belonged to that dynasty, Bharat dynasty. And his address as Bharat. Sometimes you will find Arjuna is also addressed as Bharat. Vidur is addressed as Bharat because they belongs to the same family, Bharat family. So Tasmad Bharata, my dear king, Sukadeva, Parikshit Maharaj, Tasmad Bhas Sarvatma, Krishna is everywhere. Don't think that Krishna is only Golok Vrindavan. No, Golok eva nivasati ātma-tattva, that is God. As you are sitting here, you are not sitting at home. That is finished. But you are limited. But Krishna, he is sitting everyone's heart. Still he is in Golok. The Mayavadi philosopher, they another kind of fools. They think Krishna like us. They consider that if I am sitting here, how can I sit everywhere? They think that Krishna is like me. Avajananti maga mudha, manusim tanuvasita. These rascals, they think Krishna like himself. Because he is sitting one place, he cannot be anywhere else. Similarly, Krishna also, if he is in India, he is not in Europe. That is their idea. And therefore Europe and America, they say, sometimes they, Krishna is Hindu's God. Why Hindu's God? He says, Sarvajonishu kaunteya sammabhanti murti. Aham bija padapita. I am the seed-giving father of all different forms of life. Krishna claims that he is. Therefore, because he is the father of all living beings, therefore there is a response from Europe and America. Otherwise, what connection they have got? They have got their Jesus Christ or something else. But why they are attracted to Krishna? Because actually the father is Krishna is the father not only of the human society, of the bird society, beast society, dog society, cat society, everyone's father. Sarvajonishu. That is Krishna. Try to understand Krishna. And if you simply try to understand and little understand, then your life is successful. Janma karma me dibbam jujanati tattva. Takta deham punarjanma naiti mamiti ko. Simply by understanding, even little, your life is successful. Salpamapi asya dharmasya trayati mahato bhaya. Mahato bhaya, this is bhaya. They do not know what is bhaya. Fearfulness. They are very proud of becoming this and that, but they are not afraid of death. How much painful it is. And if you are sinful, then you will be allowed to enter in the womb of your mother and your mother will kill you. They are not afraid. They are so rusted. These risks are there. So make your life in such a way, taktat deham punarjanma nahi. Don't enter into the mother's womb. Punarjanma nahi. Then go directly to Krishna. That is success of life. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for coming on. Again, Srila Prabhupada's given a very, very, very instructive lecture with so many analogies and so many examples to teach us what life really is about, ātma-tattva. The fact that we're not the bodies, but the souls is explained. So many important points to make sure that just by hearing that we understand what is what and improve our lives from that hearing process. Hey, devotees, this is the time to unmute yourself if you have a question or if you have comment or takeaway that from this lecture, then you certainly can express it. So are there any questions or comments or takeaways? So while devotees are thinking about that, I'm going to share some of the things that I took from this class. Wonderful class. Those who are blind to ātma-tattva, and those who are blind, they accept the body as a self. That's why they say, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm man, I'm woman, etc. The child whose mind is not developed so much, he thinks that I'm this body. But then when he grows, then the sex desire later on kicks in. So then he becomes attracted to the opposite gender. All living entities, all other living entities, not just souls in the human bodies only, they have the same sex attraction because the material world itself is based on sex attraction. In human society, some laws are, in human society in particular, some laws are enacted regarding sex life, for example, marriage. But still, the fact is, as soon as the attraction for sex life is allowed, then bondage. Immediately, bondage kicks in. Bondage to the material life increases many fold, many times. A person becomes grihasta. Grihasta meaning living in a house with a wife. And there's also grihamedi, also living in a house with a wife. But the difference is, for grihasta, at least their mind is on Krishna consciousness, and the grihamedi, they are totally material. As soon as a man and a wife are united, then of course the other things come in. Need a house, they'll have children, then there's money that's needed. But Srila Prabhupada said this is all illusion because nobody really owns the children. The material energy, according to karma, causes families to be formed like straws in a river, that they come together and then they separate again for another life. So when a person dies and leaves that particular family, the next time they take birth in a different situation. So Bhagavad Gita begins with self-realization. The soul goes through small, or the baby, then youth, then the old person, and after the old person dies, then the soul goes to another thing. So this is what's going on, another body. So through husband and wife, then other relationships develop. And that's what we call our extended family. It doesn't matter how big our relatives are, though. The fact is they'll die and they'll be gone. The straws will separate. Everyone will be forced to leave. But then people make nice arrangements, but they don't realize that they can be kicked out of whatever arrangements they've made. Everybody thinks that they're secure because of the material things that they have. Those without self-realization, they are like ghosts. They are ghostly haunted, thinking that the material life, the material things will give them protection. And that's why Yudhishthira answered about the astonishing question, the question about what is the most astonishing thing in the world that people are thinking. Then Yudhishthira answered that people are thinking and acting like they will not die. So as Kali Yuga progresses, the age for lifetimes will be decreased to like 20 to 30 years. People will become pramatta, like animals. So at the end, Kalki Avatar will come and he won't preach. He'll just kill all the merchants. But now in Kali Yuga, we're only 5,000 years to into it. So there's 4,27,000 years. That means 420,000. 427,000 years still left. And there will be time that people are not going to have food, so their growth will be stunted. They won't even grow fully to the human being, the height and everything that's needed. Now, killing is going on, abortion. But if a person kills, then they will be killed in the womb too. As many times as they kill, even killing animals, they still have to suffer like that. Nobody can give us protection by relying on the material energy. This world is bhayam, fearful. 4 things are needed for bodily sustenance: eating, sleeping, sex life, and protection. So we go looking for all of those things to satisfy eating, and then of course the sleeping, and then sex life, and then like that. We need the police to protect us. So Parikshit Maharaj was asking what his duty was for a dying person. See, the rascals say they don't believe in God. But when God comes as death, Parikshit Maharaj is ready to leave the body. When God comes as death, they'll have to believe him then. Because there's no choice at that point. So Shukadeva Goswami was explaining that we cannot depend on the material energy for salvation. We have to depend on Krishna, or the Lord in our hearts. Krishna says, surrender to me. But people say, why should they surrender to Krishna? When they take protection from the money and the house and the spouse and the children, all of these soldiers that are fallible, that they will die. Kshetra means the body. Kshetragya is the person who knows the pains and pleasure of his or her body only. But Paramatma knows the pain and pleasure of everyone. Everyone, not all human beings only. All the other types of souls in the non-human type body. He knows the pain and pleasure of all of them. Paramatma is the witness and permitter of the activities. Anamanta Upadrishya. So he also said that Christians don't believe in karma. And Dr. Urquhart, which is in his school at that time, that he was attending Scottish Churches College, he questioned, where is a witness to karma? But then Srila Prabhupada says he read Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita explains it. Krishna is our friend, Suridam Sava Bhutan Nam. The father, he cares. The rascals are like the son who goes to the father to ask for money, and when he gets the money, the father gives the money, and what does he do? He goes to the liquor store and try to buy, liquor for it. That means he's wasting his life, spoiling his life. But the parent says, what can I do? My son wants to win his life by his own choice. So rascals are suffering, but then they think the material world will protect them. Rascals compare Krishna to themselves. They think that Krishna is at one place, so he can't be at another place at the same time. But Krishna is the father of the entire society. So that's the understanding that we have to have. The world itself is bhayam, but they don't know what is bhayam, fearfulness. They be proud of becoming one thing or another. They're not afraid of death, how much painful it is. And death is very painful when the body is shutting down. When the body is shutting down, it's very painful. So if we are sinful, like killing wantonly, then we will enter into a womb and a mother will also kill us. So you make your life in such a way, you don't enter in the mother's womb like that, and go directly to Krishna, that is a success in life. So this is what Srila Prabhupada Okay, one of the notes that I can play. And there's a hand up. I'm assuming that is Damadapu. Please step on humble obeisances. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. Please unmute yourself. Hare Krishna. Do you have a question or comment? Okay, maybe not. I thought I saw a hand while it's temple raised, but that's okay. Maybe my own fault. Mistake. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada told us
Hare
that
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to unmute this.
Oh,
We
okay.
have
Yeah, sometimes the computer gets
connected
us slow.
things.
Go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to
Except mine.
Prabhupada.
Go to Srila Prabhupada.
Today, Prabhupada was mentioning about the age of the people is going to reduce.
Mm-hmm.
Life expectancy is reducing as Kali Yuga is progressing.
Mm-hmm.
So, just a couple of days back, I came across something interesting in this regard. So, there is a person named Brian Johnson, and this person is known to work on trying to uh, means reduce his age through different processes and try to live long. So he's trying
Mm.
different biohacks, they say, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like doing a lot of different things, like sitting in oxygen chamber and transplanting plasma from his son and whatnot. He's trying to do.
Oh.
Is very rigorous, very rigorous diet plan and even the exercise schedule and everything,
Mm.
and recently what has happened is he is diagnosed with a condition named as autoimmune condition, in
Mm-hmm.
which like his the body is digesting the stomach inner lining itself, something like that. So
Ooh.
basically it's it's not very good again. So
Yeah.
so whatever, whatever. And finally the conclusion, the doctors or the people are making conclusions that finally, like, biology still has its own limitations. You do whatever you want but it's not going to help. You have
Mm-hmm.
to finally die, and then nothing is going to help out. So as Prabhupada was saying, one day or other we want to live. You will live 100 years, you will live 50 years, you will live 120 years, but someday you're going to leave this body, so it's better to go back
Mm-hmm.
further. That was something interesting.
Thank you very much, for, especially with this person that tried. And before, I also heard some people who even started the business, all depending on how to be the most healthy situation. And the man fell, the owner, the CEO fell. I forget the name of the company. It was quite popular. I heard about it, before my even Guru Maharaj used it in a lecture. But he mentioned that the guy slipped on the side of the curb, banged his head on the pavement, which is concrete. He was taken to the hospital and he didn't survive. But he was the one that was the CEO for a company that gave the most nutritious uh, products out. It's been a long time. This was like sometime in the 80s that he started the company, so I don't remember the name now. But yeah, we're not supposed to stay in this body forever, no matter what anyone thinks, and they try to be, and they can't even stop old age. So that's the reality. And so the reality means if it's not that great, then you just go where the solution is. And the solution is Krishna and Krishna consciousness. So kudos to all of us for listening and hearing and trying to live a Krishna conscious life. Kudos means praises to all of us. We're fortunate. Any other comments or questions? If not, then thank you very much for coming on to hear. And with that, we will end for today. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhibhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. One announcement, so it's Thursday, and no, it's Wednesday, and tomorrow, as it is for every Thursday and also every Tuesday, at 7 o'clock, we have a reading of Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita. To understand Srila Prabhupada also connects to the purpose that he gives, because his nature definitely comes through there. We're learning so much from it. So we're still in volume 1 of the 2 volumes, and it would be nice for devotees to join. It starts at 7. We read for about 20 minutes, and then it lasts 10 minutes from 7:20 on to 7:30. We have comments as people's realizations from what Srila Prabhupada was doing. Hare Krishna. Jai. Vanchakapatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.